If you haven't already heard, Anchor by Spotify is the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download the app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hello, you're listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized, the podcast that focuses on helping you create space to attract more money, love, and happiness in your life. I am your host, Janet M. Taylor. I want to say hello if you're a regular listener, and welcome if you're listening for the very first time. I hope you are having a great week. And if you enjoy listening to this podcast, please leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to us on, and so we can continue bringing you episodes each week. And I'm also excited to share that you can support this podcast by clicking the Buy Me a Coffee link in the show page, and I will give you a shout out on the air. Well, in this episode, it's all about back to school, and we have Anna Martin, a certified health and wellness coach, and she'll be sharing some back to school strategies for mom. I will also be sharing my product, app, repurpose, and book suggestion for this week. And my question for you this week is, do you have a back to school strategy? You know, of getting the kids on time, out of the house on time, making sure they're dressed, they have all their assignments. What is your strategy? And even if the kids are grown and have careers and maybe kids of their own, what strategy did you use? Did you know that 16.2 million students from grades K through 12 in the United States, 16.2 million. And I'm excited because Anna Martin is a health and wellness coach and a mom of two sweet boys with a third on the way. She's a former elementary school teacher prior to her first son being born. And he was born with a rare genetic condition that requires lots of medical care, therapies. So she left the classroom to be a full-time mom, nurse, therapist, and medical coordinator for him. Motherhood has been a journey of navigating how to take care of herself through the stress and overwhelm of her life so that she can best take care of her family. She's passionate about helping other women learn systems to help them navigate motherhood without the constant cycle of burnout. And she wants moms to know that no matter what circumstances they might face in life, they are still worth showing up for themselves. So sit back, take notes. You may want to share this episode with other moms. My conversation with Anna Martin. Well, listeners, I'm excited because, of course, it's that back to school season, and I thought it would be great to bring on some experts just to kind of help you with some tips and some strategies. So today we're going to be talking about some back to school tips, and we have Anna Martin here today. Anna, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much too. I'm so glad to be here.
So before we start in the strategies and the tips for mom, I want to know what made you decide to be a certified health and wellness coach?
Yeah, so, my background is education. Before I had my oldest son, I was an elementary school teacher for 5 years. And then when he was born with a rare genetic condition called Charge syndrome. And that caused a lot of different medical complexities. So I had to step away from the classroom to just kind of be his full-time nurse, therapist, mom, caretaker, you name it. I was doing it. And with that just came a lot of stress and a lot of trying to navigate this diagnosis, navigate being a new mom while also raising this medically complex child. And there was a time where I just was not taking care of myself mentally or physically or emotionally, because I was just giving it all to him. And so as time went on, he's now 6.5 years old. So as I got deeper into the journey and learned different things, I learned how to better manage my own stress and start taking better care of myself. Doing, self-care tasks that I could do every single day that I can actually sustain and that would help me. And then I just got this passion that I wanted to help other moms learn how to do that as well. So I became a certified health and wellness coach and, started sharing my personal journey and some things that help me to hopefully empower them and help them as well.
So as a mother, but also as, person who has a teacher, so what are some of the things that maybe moms do out of routines and habits that maybe they shouldn't do because it may not be as productive as they get prepared for the school year?
Yeah. So some things that I've learned to sort of just avoid over time as both a mom and a teacher is saying yes to everything. I know that there are opportunities that arise, like volunteer opportunities or extracurricular opportunities, and you want your child to do everything and you want to be able to do everything for your child. But sometimes you just can't physically do it. There's just not enough time in the day. So I try to avoid saying yes to everything and just really think about what is important, what is a priority, what is going to serve my life and their life best at this moment. And if that doesn't fit into it, then you just have to say no.
That is so good. Actually, that's a strategy that everybody can really use, is not saying no to everything, especially like you said, not only the back to school, but then I also think about how things get in the fall, because before you know it, those holidays are one after the other. And on top of, other activities like sports, extracurricular, it can just get so overwhelming. Wow. So, Anna, what are some things that maybe moms can do to really be more organized as they go get ready for back to school?
Yeah. So my ideas are not perfect. And I try to strive for, moving forward in progress and not perfection. But some tips that I try to implement in my own life that may help others is to have a morning routine. So I was the mom that I needed as much sleep as possible. So I would, if once my child woke up, I would wake up, and then I'm trying to get both my child and myself ready for the day to get to wherever we need to go. And then we're rushed and we're stressed and, time just gets away from you. So I try to have a morning routine where I do wake up before the kids. That way I do have a little bit of time to myself in the morning, because I know as the day goes on, having that time to yourself is very rare. So I have that morning routine. I also keep a pretty detailed calendar and planner. For myself, I cannot remember everything. So I just have to write it all out, and I try to keep it, day by day in order of what needs to get done. And then I try to fill in the gaps with other, house chores or priorities or whatever I want to do. Another tip for back to school and just really life in general is, for me, trying to come up with dinner ideas is the hardest thing every single day. I feel like I'm just constantly like, I have no idea what we're going to have for dinner. So I try to plan and prep on the weekends, go ahead and have an idea of what we're going to have each night, go to the grocery store, get all the things that we need on the weekend so I don't have to do it during the week. And then if I'm able to prep ahead for those especially busy days, do that as well. And then my other tip is try to prepare as much as you can the night before. So if your child is going to take a lunch to school, pack the lunch and have it in the fridge so that you can just grab it in the morning. If finding, what outfits they need to wear is a struggle, let them pick it out the night before, go ahead and have it laid out so that there is no question. You just throw it on and you can get out the door.
I love it. It's like all of your strategies anybody can use. I mean, prepping the night before. I love meal prep. I like doing all my meal stuff on Saturdays because it really helps me eat healthier.
Yes.
And, and just those routines. I love all that. So in all that, Anna, and I mean, that's all in helping you manage, your home and your family. Like, what are some things, or anything you do for yourself specifically to help you stay organized? I mean, I know you say no, and I know you do the meal prep, but then the family does take advantage of that. But are there any other things that you do?
So like I personally just really thrive off of my morning routine. And so every morning like I said, I wake up before the kids. I have that time to myself. That is when I have my quiet time and can do my devotional, which just kind of helps reset my mindset and really just sets the tone for my whole day. And then I also try to get in a 30-minute workout every single day, because for me, that just seems to help. For one, exercise gives me more energy. And so that I find that I'm not drinking like 500 cups of coffee throughout the day. But it also just helps, release some stress, and it just puts me in a better place physically and mentally to take on whatever comes my way throughout the day.
And actually, you're motivating me, because if you can find time for 30 minutes of exercise, I know just me and Janet and all these different plans, I can find time as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. So Anna, how can people connect with you?
Yeah, so I am on Instagram, and you can find me at mommy.in.charge. And that's where I just kind of share my health and wellness tips. I share about parenting a child that's medically complex. And I also share ways to bring awareness and acceptance to those who are living with disabilities.
And of course, listeners, I will have a direct link to Anna's website or how you can connect with her on the show page. So Anna, thank you so much for taking time out today.
Yes, thank you so much too.
So, what was your takeaway from my conversation with Anna? Please post it below. So now, or you can also leave me a voicemail message on the podcast show page. But now we're going to transition to Taylor's tip time. Moms getting organized for back to school. Number 1, create a plan. What you would like the morning to see, your morning routine to be to get those kids out the door. Number 2, create a schedule. It could be bedtime, study time, etc. 3, organize things, clothes, supplies, snacks. 4, have weekly family meetings so you'll know if they've got practice, extracurricular activities, if they got a project coming up and you need to, shop for some supplies, or just set aside time in your schedule to help them out. And number 5, schedule some mommy me time at least once a week, doing something you love to do. So are you ready to get your life organized? Over the past couple of years, I've really truly been passionate about moving beyond the home organizing, but really organizing a life, because I see firsthand what happens when people don't organize their life, and I want to help you. Of course, I now offer products to help you digitize those important documents, but also help you protect the physical documents as well. And there's links in the show page. I love the collaboration I have now with Second Vault. But also, just creating systems so that when this information comes in, you'll either shred it, it'll become junk mail, or you'll either digitize it or actually save a physical copy, just to maintain and organize those documents that are related to your life. So go to my contact page and schedule a free 15-minute session so we can talk and I can see what your needs are. Take the steps necessary and start by doing something today. Click the link in the show page. Well, I personally want to take a moment just to thank you. Thank you for following me on social media, for your likes, your retweets, for your sharing. Of course, please continue to follow me on all my social media. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and of course, I'm on Pinterest. And check out my boards, Kids Can Be Organized, ADHD Organizing, as well as College Life. And please like and share, and don't forget to check out YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, and I have some great interviews with some dynamic women on how you can organize a specific area of your life. So please share, and also subscribe as well. And of course, check out my website. So, if, ladies, you've been thinking of living an organized life, don't get overwhelmed. Join my Facebook group, Living Life Totally Organized. It's a community of women supporting each other on their journey to living life that is totally organized. It's free, so join today. I love the conversation among the members. I love how they celebrate each other. I love how they get excited and they post things, whether they're dropping donations off, going to a shredding event, or they've just transformed a room and a space in their life. Well, do you know what time it is now? I'm going to wait for you to push the coffee table away, maybe do your little jig. It is Toss It Tuesday time. And this Toss It Tuesday, I would like you to toss all those notices from last school year you no longer need. Whether you needed to bring cupcakes, or there was a class trip, or there was an early dismissal. Do you really need to keep all that stuff? My app suggestion for this week is Remember the Milk. Because that is a great app that you can connect everybody, and you can all stay informed of all the things that are necessary. My product suggestion are from my Amazon store, my Amazon shop, products to suggest how you organize the kitchen, the pantry for snacks, and so much more. There's a link in the show page. Repurpose those old doors, those old shutters, those old windows, and you can create your own family command center. I have seen some wonderful displays of creativity when it comes to just repurposing those items. My book selection is MOM, Master Organizer of Mayhem, Simple Solutions to Organize Chaos and Bring More Joy into your home. And of course, my quote for this week is be present in their presence. You just really never know how that impacts a child over their life. I remember when my godchildren were young, and at that time I knew that I could not shower them with all the wonderful gifts that so many people could. But I gave them my time. I gave them my presence. That has impacted them to the point where now they're 22 and 26 and they still like hanging out with Aunt Janet. So remember that. Be present in their present. I want to thank you for listening, and be sure to share the podcast with your family, your friends, and on your social media network. Again, let me know you enjoy listening to this podcast by leaving a review and supporting the podcast by buying a cup of coffee. So visit me on the web at www.janetmtaylor.com. And until next time, I want you to have a clutter-free day, but most of all, have an organized week. Organization is a quintessential element of a clutter-free life. Join me as we take this journey together. Along the way, we will find the necessary answers to your organizing dilemmas. My name is Janet M. Taylor, and you are listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized.